Welcome to JP3 Measurements instructional video on cleaning Verax analyzer probes and measurement cells. The Verax analyzer and probes have been designed to operate for long periods of time under harsh conditions with little to no required maintenance. However, process conditions or line fouling could create the occasional need for probe cell cleaning. The purpose of this video is to guide you through the process, which is quick and simple. We will demonstrate how to disassemble, clean, and reassemble the probes and measurement cells. There is no need to take any action at the analyzer control unit or to power down the system. However, please remember to follow site rules and regulations at all times, and always be sure to retighten all fittings and realign your probe set completely. Tools and equipment required. The tools you will need when cleaning the probe lens are 2 crescent wrenches, a 7/16 wrench or socket wrench, 1 microfiber cloth, and 1 bottle of isopropyl alcohol. Heater blanket removal. This step is only for probe sets that have a heater blanket covering them. First, power off the heater blanket and remove it before cleaning the lenses. You will reattach the heater blanket when all the cleaning procedures have been completed. One of your final steps will be to power back on the heater blanket. Indexing your probe set for reference points. Note the way that the probe set is currently aligned. For best results, you should physically mark the probe set to ensure that you can restore its original alignment after cleaning. On one side of the probe set, locate the slot that's located just inside the red section. Please note that the slot might not start out perfectly centered. That's okay. This will be your first reference point. Now find your second reference point by using a straight edge to determine a spot directly across from the slot on the center cross section. Draw a small line on that point with a marker. Repeat this procedure to mark reference points 3 and 4 on the other side of the probe set. Find the slot located just inside the red section, then use a straight edge to determine a point on the center cross section. This slide demonstrates a correct probe realignment on the left and an incorrect probe realignment on the right. Notice on the right picture that the slots are not aligned with the points that had been marked on the center cross section. So to reiterate, you should aim to realign your reference points as shown on the probe set in the left picture and not the probe set in the right picture. Isolating the probe set. Let's take a closer look at your probe set. The top valve is the inlet valve. The larger bottom valve is the outlet valve. The smaller bottom valve is the sample valve. During normal process conditions, the inlet valve and the outlet valve are both open and the sample valve is closed. This yellow line represents process flow during normal process conditions. To isolate the probe set, you must first close the inlet valve to stop process from entering, then close the outlet valve to stop process from exiting. Next, open the sample valve using a catch bucket to get rid of the process inside. Then close the sample valve. Let's take a better look at the entire process with the following video.
The first step in the cleaning procedure is to isolate the probe set. Isolation of the probe set is accomplished by first isolating the supply, and then isolating the return. The probe set can be drained via the sample port. Step 2 of the cleaning procedure is to mark reference points. Alignment of the probes is crucial. So using a straight edge, aligned with the cut in the probe, mark an alignment mark on the center cross. This should be done for both sides of the probe set assembly. Step 3. Loosen the nuts to access the probe lenses. These are standard swage lock nuts. In order to prevent them from being stripped, we should support both sides before loosening the nut. Loosen the nut gently and then remove the rest of the way by hand. Step 4. Loosen both brackets. The probe set assembly is held to its unistrut mount using 2 brackets. In order to access the probe windows, both brackets must be loosened, but not totally removed. Step 5. Slide probes apart. In order to gain access to the windows of the probes, they need to be separated. One side at a time, slide the probe set in its bracket, allowing access to the probe windows. Step 6. Cleaning the lenses. Using a microfiber cloth and a small amount of isopropyl alcohol, clean the surface of the lens. The lens is the central portion of the probe. It is a clear sapphire that is easily recognizable from the stainless steel fittings around it. It's also important to clean any residual material away from the probe itself, as well as the central cross. Step 7. Reassemble and realign. In order to avoid cross-threading, nuts should be tightened first by hand. Ensure that your alignment marks that you created in Step 2 are realigned in the process. Once again, tighten nuts by hand. Step 8. Tighten probe fittings. Tighten down to full seat, plus 1/4 turn. Probes should be cleaned one side at a time. In order to clean the other probe, repeat steps 3 through 8, excluding step 4. Step 9. Tighten brackets. Once both sides of the probes have been cleaned, tighten brackets back to their original tightness. Once both brackets have been tightened, re-establish flow to the sample cell. Once flow has been re-established, it's very important that you check for any leaks.
Now let's go through our final checklist. Carefully clean up your area. Start flow to the probe by closing the sample valve and opening the inlet and outlet valves. If the probe had a heater blanket, replace the heater blanket and turn its power back on. If you have any questions, contact JP3's support team by calling the phone number below or by emailing service@jp3measurement.com. Thank you for watching the JP3 video on probe and cell cleaning. Our products have been designed to provide years of reliable performance with minimal maintenance required. Should you have any questions or comments about JP3, our products, or this video, please contact us at 512-537-8450, or you can visit our website at jp3measurement.com.